it's Jessie V. So today I have a little story time for you. It's not too long, but it's definitely funny, but kind of sad at the same time. You'll see what I mean. And no, it's not like paranormal scary, but it's scary in the way that you don't want a tornado coming directly at you, you know what I mean? So yeah, this isn't exactly a Halloween video, but is it scary? You betcha. So I mentioned a couple months ago in a video that one time a tornado came to our campsite when my family and I were camping, and I mentioned it so briefly, and you guys were commenting like,
wait, hold on a second. You can't just briefly say that you were attacked by a tornado and not continue the conversation. You gotta make a story time on that, Jess. You can't just briefly go over it.
So I was like, okay, I mean, I guess it's time to talk about it. So when my sister and I were little, we went camping all the time with my parents. I know I've said that before. I've made like 2 other camping videos, and we never really had a huge problem, like weather-wise. We've had other issues, but weather-wise, it's always been fine, you know? Sunny day, rainy day maybe, but never like a tornado. Well, before I get directly into what happened, it's important for you to know one thing. My sister, when she was young, had this little Mickey Mouse doll. It was just this cute Mickey Mouse plushie that had like blue pajamas on, and it was really adorable. It was super comfy. She brought that thing everywhere. To bed, to school, to grandma's house, to the washroom, in her bath. That thing was so filthy. It was ridiculous, but she still loved it. That thing was like her other half. I mean, we were a little bit concerned. We were like, okay, so when she's a teenager, will she still have this thing? Because at the time, it seemed like no matter how old she got, she would always have it. Mickey Mouse was her buddy, her best friend, her soul. So as you can imagine, when we went on this camping trip, she had to bring that Mickey Mouse because Mickey Mouse couldn't stay home and have a babysitter. Are you kidding me? Mickey Mouse had to come on the trip with us. Mickey Mouse even had his own sleeping bag, okay? Mickey Mouse was just spoiled. He was like another child in our family. I felt like he was basically my brother. So we got to the campsite, set up, got the tent ready. Mickey Mouse had his hiking boots. He had his own snacks, sleeping bag like I said. He had his own place in the tent. Okay? He even sat by the fire while we roasted marshmallows. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a bit scared of Mickey sometimes. He would just sort of pop up in random areas of the house. And yeah, if we think logically about that, Mandy probably put him there, but I would just see Mickey everywhere, and Mickey started to be kind of part of my nightmares. But she loved him. As I said, she just really loved him. So on this particular day, we were outside, I think catching like dragonflies. By the way, I just found out a few months ago that dragonflies bite. Isn't that ridiculous? I always used to catch them in my hands, and I used to just play with them and put them in bug catchers and stuff, and they never hurt me. But apparently, if you look it up right now, they can bite really hard. Like, it's crazy. But back then, I didn't know, so we were just catching bugs outside, like we usually did while we were camping. And suddenly, we started feeling some raindrops happening. And at first, we weren't too concerned because, okay, it's just rain. It wasn't a big deal. But my mom, because she's super paranoid about storms, took out her cell phone and checked the weather. And to our surprise, there was a tornado warning. Now, this really sucked for us because we had our whole campsite ready. All the tents were up, the mattresses, everything was ready for us to camp. And if you've ever gone camping, that takes a long time to set up, okay? It's not just like snap your fingers, it's ready. It's like, do you have 2 hours to spend? Because that's how long it's gonna take. So my mom told my dad, she was like,
okay, honey, we can't stay here. I mean, we're gonna get sucked up by a tornado if we don't leave.
And my dad, being chill, was like,
No, let's just wait. It probably won't come near us. We'll just stay in our tents, wait for it to pass. We will be fine.
And as much as I love my dad, that probably wasn't the best idea because about 20 minutes later, the sky was turning green. If you've ever been around a tornado, like, you know, in the same city as a tornado, the sky turns green. Look up videos. It's really creepy. You almost feel like the Wicked Witch of the West is coming for you. I mean, I felt like I was coming straight out of the movie Wizard of Oz. So the sky's turning green, and that's when we thought, you know what? It's probably time to go. It's probably time to pack up because we wanted to live. So we were packing up all of our stuff as fast as we could. Mandy was freaked out because she hates any sort of bad weather. Like any kid when you're young. When I was young, I remember storms being the scariest thing. Thunder just freaked me out so much. So when you're a little kid and you hear there's a tornado coming, that's like your worst fear in the entire world. So we're packing up, finally got everything in the van, get inside the van, again, and that is when my dad just pushed on the gas and we were just gone. We were just leaving that campsite. And I remember as we were driving away, in the distance you saw this sort of like thing touching the ground. It was really far, but it was definitely heading towards the campgrounds. And I can't even explain to you how scary it is to see the start of a tornado. It's so eerie and you get this tingle up your spine and you just want to drive away as fast as you can. So that's what we were doing. We drove about, I don't know, half an hour away from our camp. We were starting to get out of the storm, and that's when Mandy looks beside her in her seat. And guess who's not there? Her Mickey Mouse. So she starts screaming. She's looking around the car, looking through her bags, looking in the back seats. Mickey is nowhere to be found. He's not there, guys. I have never seen my sister throw a bigger tantrum than that very day when Mickey Mouse was missing. My dad's driving and she's literally grabbing his neck like,
we have to go back! We have to go back for Mickey!
And my dad's like,
We can't. The storm's back there. That's where the tornado is. Mickey's gone. Mickey is gone, Mandy.
and those words, she did not want to hear those words. She was literally plugging her ears like,
Mickey's not gone! Mickey's alive! He's not dead!
and I mean, whenever you hear something really bad happening, you don't want to believe it, you know? She was in denial. She tried so hard to get my dad to turn the car around, but he just wouldn't. Because obviously we were his first priority. We turned on the news, and yeah, the tornado actually had gone through the campgrounds. And there wasn't a lot of people that were hurt because most people actually fled like we did, but trees were ruined, there was just stuff flying around, and if we had stayed there, that would have been us. We would have just been swooped right up into the air, into the tornado, gone forever. And yeah, that's basically the story. Poor Mandy is all I have to say, and we always bring this up. It's so hilarious to us, and she still does not find it funny. Like, if she's watching this right now, hi Mandy, I know your heart is probably breaking listening to this story again, and I'm sorry for that, because I do believe, Mandy, you would still have that Mickey Mouse if that didn't happen. Am I right though? Am I right? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of silly, scary, sad story time. Don't forget the tour tickets for Ontario, Canada, and Quebec are still available. They're down in the description below, along with my other social media information and my vlog channel, so check that out, and until next time guys, bye!